Hey, hello, it's William here at Local Search Technologies. We wanted to create a video for you regarding your Google business profile. This is an emergency update because there's some pretty crazy things going on with this particular entity of Google. They are switching over. They're allowing customers to request quotes, message you through Google Business Profile, and if you have it activated, there are some things that are going on that you need to be aware of. If you don't have it activated, we're going to talk about how you can do that. Um, but the bottom line, this is really all about helping you with getting more leads through the Google Maps or Google Business Profile section, which is part of organic search. Google Maps is becoming much more popular. Every single one of you listening to this video today, that's a client of ours, are getting hundreds, thousands of views a month to your Google Business Profile. Now, granted, some of those views are bots and lead generators and scrapers. Um, but the bottom line is this is a great way to get business, especially for you service industries. So it's just a way that your customers can communicate with you directly or potential customers. And if you think about Google, Google's maps are sitting above the fold on your monitor. So when they switch, when they do a search, you see the map. You see Google ads, and then you see the map right away, and then you see the organic. Now, with that being said, there's only three spots in that Google map. So we want to make sure that so today for us searching, if we're searching for a service, a product, or what have you, and it's in the map, we don't have to scroll down. We don't have to go to page two. It's super convenient, and it's getting more popular as we get more busier. Uh, we're in a society that's always in a rush. That Google Maps really comes in handy. So, if you don't have the Google My Business app, you can install it on your Android device. You just go to Google Maps, search for Google My Business app. It's still called Google My Business, and you can download it. They are going to retire that, and shortly uh, you can even do this now. You can edit your Google Maps on Maps as well as search. However, the fastest way, if you do not have messaging enabled right now, this is the quickest way I know to get it enabled. So you just download it. You can log into your business profile. If you scroll down to the end of the page, you're going to see this get messages from customers and box, and then you can install it from Google Play or install it from the App Store. Once you install it, you're going to receive an email stating that a message button has been added to your business profile on Google. Okay, so if you have any questions regarding that, if you want to get that set up, if you haven't set it up, if you can't find the button, just reach out to us and we're going to help you out. What we really want to talk about, though, is why are we talking about this? Why is this an emergency update? Well, we're going to explain what's going on. We're warning you to help you. If you're not in the Google Maps, uh, the three pack yet, we want to get you there. And we believe that if you don't follow the directions, you will not get there. So we need your help in doing what we're going to be talking about here. Now, if you are there, we want to keep you there, right? And we want to continue to dominate for your niche market. So that's what this really is about. Now, what's going on is the because of the opportunity that people, scammers, spammers, and haters now know that this messaging service is out there, and there's negative SEO that matters into this. So if you're in the three pack, your competitors that are four, five, six, maybe they are SEOs. They don't want you there. They want to move their client up, and this is a way where they can knock you off. This is what we call negative SEO, and nobody's talking about this type of negative SEO in the Google Maps right now. But this is what we've seen, and I have a couple of um, companies to show you here today Case studies. There we go. That was the word I was looking for. Case studies to show you what exactly is going on. So we've got scammers, we have spammers, and then we have haters, and then we have people, your competition. There's even a people hiring out negative SEO people to conduct negative SEO, help to get your ranks lower, even organic. This has been going on for years, but now I believe negative SEO has moved right into Google Maps. And so let me show you what we're talking about here. So here's a landscaping company, client of mine out in Billerica, Mass. Okay, here, this is an email that they receive, and a customer is looking for a quote for you, right? Okay, happy days. That's great. And this is a legitimate quote. Okay, so this is from the quote button. This is a legitimate quote. You can see there's a call number. This is comes from a. When you see this, you know that they have created an account or there's a phone number attached to this account. Um, can they spoof a phone number? Sure. Um, However, for the most part, this is probably a legit um, quote request, okay, that you're receiving. Here's another way where they can message you and ask for a quote. Okay, so there's two ways that they can contact you through Google My Business. You can ask for a quote if that button shows up, if it's enabled, or they can just message you through chat. This is just like a Facebook chat or any type of chat, uh, but through Google um, Business Profile. Okay, and this is a legit lead right here. Okay, you'll see you can actually tap the link here. If you this is on your cell phone, if you have the app, you can click to call them back right away. Again, a phone number is attached to um, this request. Okay, for a bid. All right. So what I want to draw your attention to right now is see this response rate. Google is tracking this information. 57%, 6-hour average response time. If you take a look at this, it says messaging may be turned off for businesses that respond to less than 90% of customers. So we're running the risk of having messaging turned off, okay, by Google. Now we don't want that to happen. All right. First of all, so people are familiar with Google Maps. They want to. They don't have to go to your website to or call you right away right now to get a quote. They just want to get a quote. It's convenient. We don't want to ruin this lead source for one thing, right? So, but what we're talking about here is 57%. That's not how this client started. And let me show you. Uh, it's really important. If Google is tracking it, and then, by the way, they track everything about your website and about your Google properties. Okay, it's of significant importance. There's no doubt about that. Okay, so I truly believe that you got to remember Google's mission statement is that they want to provide the information of the world in one click. Okay, in one search, in one click. So if you apply that to local search, uh, if somebody's looking for to have their lawn mowed uh, and they do that in a search, Google wants to serve up the best businesses that they feel is appropriate for that search. The best search, okay, the best search result. So let's move on here. What we want to take away from here is this: you want to respond and respond quickly. You want to keep your response rate above 90%. And if you don't have someone that's designated to look at this email that's attached to your Google business profile, you need to do it right away. Uh, so you want to assign a designated Google business profile or responder for your company. All right, so they can respond to these messages, get this lead, and go get the sale. All right. Now, remember when I said that the client didn't start off at 57%? Well, he didn't. Let me show you what the scammer. This is the beginning of the scam. Okay, you're going to see the response rate here is 100%. Right. They sent a message to my client. Says, "Hello, how are you doing? Is I like to know if you do driveway pavers install." So right away, the language is a little iffy. But if you're busy out in the field, you see this pop in your phone, hey, you may just reply to it, right? Um, Another thing here I want you to think about here, it's great that they used a very valuable keyword, pavers install, right? Or driveway pavers. And my client does driveway pavers. All right. Now, if they went to their website, they already know. Okay. So right away, this to me, this is a little bit iffy. They didn't do their research. They didn't go to the website. They may have not have perused the Google Business, Google My Business services that are listed on his Google profile. So they're asking a question here. All right. So the bottom line here is that's the first message. Here's the second. He must have responded, and then the scammer continues. It says, "Thanks for your response. I just bought a new properties in the city, so I want you to handle my properties. Driveway pavers done." So again, broken English here. Uh, don't know exactly what's going on here, but the bottom line is they want to drive this response rate down. Okay, and that is the entire goal. So again, though, here's a key word, and we're going to talk about that here in a moment. So he doesn't respond, and they send another question and another opportunity for a no response. All right. So can I send you the property's address? And now there's no doubt in my client's mind, most likely. I haven't talked to him about this. Most likely, you can tell they want to quote. They want to visit the property. And they want to know where they're located in the city. So obviously, this is not somebody local, uh, but and there's no way to contact this individual besides the messaging app. All right. So let's see what happens here. So again, obviously, he didn't respond. He figured out it was a scam. 2 hours later, the scammer at 8:30 p.m. sent a hello. The thing to remember here is this is every interaction. He is not responding. Okay. So he most likely didn't respond to the last couple of messages. They sent a address, I should say. Uh, and then with that, and that was like 2 hours later at 9:30. What I want you to do is notice the response rate right here. Okay. Still at 100%. The next day, I believe this is the same company, same person. Another scam starts, and the response rate goes down to 61%. By the way, all of that was in one day. All right, all those messages that we talked about was in one day, and I believe it was on a weekend. So here's another one that starts. Now they know that the person's not calling back. Now they have a phone number attached to this, but I think this is just a creative negative SEO scammer, to be honest. Because as we continue to move on with this Chris Lee, he sent the same message 2 hours later. Didn't get a response, so he's got my client back on the hook, sends him another response 2 hours later. Now that's triggered with Google. Google's monitoring all of this, and he sent the same response. Now he might have even tried to call them. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't talked with him. But the bottom line is that uh, the next day, the response rate is down to 60%. And now James Smith. This is the third wave of bringing down the response rate to my client. Again, they have a key word here, though. Okay, lawn care service. Okay, but obviously, as a scammer, he probably picked up on it right away. Didn't respond to him. However, you can turn the tables on the scammers if you have the time and the ability. All right, if you designate someone, because this keyword right here, everything is being attached to your Google business profile. All right. And it's just like using keywords and images that we upload, the other things that we do for your Google business profile, the services that are listed, the name and how it's on your Google business profile. This all matters in SEO. And so if you can reply to them and use your keywords, first of all, you're going to get your response rate open. I would use I would use scammers to get my response rate up or keep it at 100%. And then here's another. This is obviously just a scam, a spammer here. Text me your cell phone number so we can talk better. Again, broken English doesn't make sense. Definitely creative spammers. However, they're probably doing some SEO for competitors here because there's really no other benefit for them besides just to knock you down and keep you down in Google Maps. Okay. So with that being said, 60% response rate went down. Um, you can reply or ignore, or the bottom line, you can block them. And so how do you um, block the spam? Well, you log into your Google Business Profile Manager, you come down to Messages, and there's this button right here. And you go ahead and click that button, and that will notify Google that this is a spammer. And once you do that, the spam will not count against your response rate. Okay. So you need to decide whether you want to utilize, you can go ahead and respond to the spammer, but you want to respond to anybody. If you can't figure it out right away, respond to them. Eventually you'll figure them out. And one of the ways to do it is to ask them, yeah, of course we do lawn maintenance. Please give me your phone number and I can have one of my representatives call you, or I can call you, et cetera, et cetera. They're not going to give you a phone number, or they'll give you a fake phone number, and you call it. And if it's fake, you just go ahead and block them. So those are a couple things that you want to do there. You can just block them right there. So in summary, what we have here, if Google collects data and rates and gives a score, it's for a reason. Okay. You want to designate a Google Business Profile responder. You want to monitor your email that you created your Google Business Profile with, because that's where the leads come from. If you don't have the app on your phone, and again, they're about ready to retire that app, and so email is going to be the way, your Gmail account is going to be the way that these messages get to you most likely. Okay. Now remember, you can forward Gmails to, like if you have a regular business email that you monitor and so forth, you can have that forwarded, and at least you can stay on top of any requests that are made. Respond to all requests as soon as you can. Okay, they're looking for those responses. They're keeping track of that. Google, keep your response rate over 90%. That's what they're asking you to do. If you keep it at 100%, that's going to be awesome. Just imagine there's only 3 spots to be in that Google Business Profile, and if everybody's at 50%, one's at 60%, one's at 75%, and if you're at 100%, that again, this is theory, but they're tracking it. This is theory that we have for you, but that's how we do. Our name is Local Search Technologies. We test everything, and we try to stay above of all of this, and to help you, the client, get to where we want to go. And so we believe that this is going to be a factor in ranking, just like reviews, just like your Google profile, your business profile, the way that it's at 100%, and just other things that we do in SEO on that Google Business optimization. If you believe the message is a scammer, you can block immediately, okay? Or you can turn the tables if they're using your keywords or brand name, because when they use it, when a quote unquote customer uses your keywords or your brand name, it has a big impact on your Google Business Profile. And again, so you can turn the tables on them, respond, ask for a phone number, wait for their reply, because they're not going to have a phone number. And if they have a fake phone number for you, you can call it and then reply back, hey, this is a bad number, and then block them. So that's what I would do with that. And then you can use a reply using keywords, and you should be doing this even in your reviews. If you're thanking your customers for reviews, you should be utilizing keywords. Okay, and if you're not thanking them for the reviews that you're getting, you need to do that, because again, we're just creating another record for Google Business Profile to to record that you are the dominant. Your website, your business is all about whatever niche that you're in. If that makes sense. Okay. So again, reply using keywords. Your service is brand name to everyone. If it makes sense, if you can work it in there, if you have the time to work it in there or not. Okay. Now, after going through this, you may say, "Wow, maybe I don't want this turned on. It seems like a hassle." Well, the fact of the matter is, you're always going to get we're always going to get spammers contacting us for whatever reason and so forth. So you don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. The bottom line is that this is a great way to get leads, and it's going to be more popular as we get going. So hopefully you found this informative. If you have any questions about this, feel free to give me a call. Book a appointment with us. We can go into a little bit more deeper, but we really felt that we needed to get this out to you because we've seen many clients just are missing the ball, dropping the ball on on the uh, on the Google Business Profile page, or not signed up for messages and to get those quotes and so forth, and missing out on some traffic. So, with that being said, thank you so much, and we look forward to chatting with you here soon.